She's good. Hi. So my business partner called me up one day and he said, Heather, I got you that radio interview. And I'm like, sweet. Anybody else here love to be on the radio? I'm not alone. And then he says, but make sure you don't bring up any of that fairy or angel crap, okay? Okay. And that was the moment that I knew I could no longer be in business with my partner. Not because he wasn't a great guy, not because we hadn't done great work, not because we didn't have great clients, not because we weren't making an impact, but because who I had become was no longer in alignment with what I was doing. You see, we were business coaches, hardcore, straight up business coaches. If he were here, he'd say fucking business coaches. And anybody that knew us, anybody that worked with us, anybody that had even come anywhere near in contact with us knew this. They even said on our marketing material, collateral, website, no personal coaching. Like, check that shit at the door. If you came in our offices, you wouldn't find Kleenex boxes. For a reason, no tears. Except, in the months leading up to that conversation, what had been going on for me was I had been cultivating a practice of mindfulness. I had picked up my meditation practice where I had left it back when I used to train formally in martial arts. I had started to worship my meditation pillow, my yoga mat, my time in nature, my angel and fairy cards. I had quite a collection, still do. What was happening for me was there was this space and place starting to grow inside of me. You know, Wayne Dyer used to say, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And that's what was happening for me. This consciousness was growing inside of me, and every time I looked at the outside world, I started to see things slightly differently now. No longer was I as passionate about profit modeling, niche market development, business growth, as I was about the people that were sitting across the desk from me. Today, the ironic thing is I work as a business advisor. Not because I have some sort of genius business acumen. I got a BA. I often joke I have a double major, psychology and mixology. I got like an A+ in partying. The people thing, I think, was a theme running through my life. And people seek out my advice today, and I get to do the work I do today, not because I understand how the close of the market in China yesterday is going to affect what happens on Wall Street tomorrow, or you want to talk sophisticated logarithms or growth projections beyond basic math, or how oil prices are going to affect the prices of commodities and how they trade. I'm not your girl. What I do know about, what I'm interested in, and what people seek my advice upon is the enormous cost of inauthenticity, not just in our lives, but in our businesses. And more interestingly and excitingly for me, the exponential return on investment when we have the courage to show up. I like it. See, I believe that business is here to be of service, not to make money. Don't get me wrong, all the capitalists, relax. I like money too, but I really believe that the money that we earn is compensation in exchange for the level of value and service we are able to bring. And I think there is a direct correlation with who we are being when we're doing what we're doing that is related to the compensation that we have the capacity to receive, which we haven't even nearly touched. What I believe about being of service runs so deeply that I finally get it. Now, my favorite definition of authenticity, Sarah Brown Breathnett, she says the authentic self is the soul made visible. Now, I don't know about you, but I grew up in a world where soul and business don't go in the same sentence. And if the authentic self is our soul made visible, I think the soul cares about, yes, money and profitability, but issues beyond the measures of a bottom line and a balance sheet and a bank account. Our souls care about impact. They care about conscious contribution. They care about social justice. They care about the environment. They care about community. They care about our capacity to connect, to raise the conscious evolution on our planet. But here's the bad news. Authenticity is not a business strategy. Not unlike breathing is not a strategy for living. It's a necessity as far as I'm concerned, if we want to really start playing the game that business allows us the vehicle of which to play. Authenticity is hard. If the authentic self is the soul made visible, and our capacity to bring our soul to the surface of our lives is dependent on the ability for us to be courageous, here's the thing. It's always changing. Gandhi used to say, my commitment is to the truth, not to consistency. What he meant was, when I know better, I am committed to doing better, even if it's unpopular, even if it's hard, even if it's expensive. But here's the good news. Anybody want some good news? Hell yeah. I love this. Hell yeah. Thanks, Joe. Authenticity is our ticket. It's our ticket to freedom, to liberation. Because when we are aligned externally with the work we do in the world, with what we believe and know internally, that is what fulfillment is all about. It's our ticket to contribution. It's our opportunity to build community. It's our opportunity to impact our planet. This is life-saving, world-changing. It's everything we say we want. The question is, are we brave enough? Are we brave enough to bring our souls to the surface of our lives? So I do have an ask today. Hell yes! Okay, anybody else? I have an ask. It's fourfold. I know, I'm so greedy. She said one ask. I came up with four. The first one is to be you. To be unapologetically, forever unfolding, constantly changing, authentically you. So that you can be of service. Because the greater capacity you have to connect with your authenticity, the greater capacity you have to truly offer that. Be brave. Be brave enough to bring that to the surface of your life through the vehicle of the business that you own, that you run, that you work for, that you work within. And lastly, believe. Believe that it is possible for contribution to open you to being able to receive in exchange compensation far beyond the measures that we have been conditioned to believe in. Believe that you will be compensated for being authentically you. Thank you.